Jai Hind friends and welcome to Fojua classes once again. As you all know that I am running a continuous series on this recent AI-17 on Air India Boeing 7 crash. As an aviation expert, I try to put my views on different aspects which are visible so far. But this is also a clear-cut fact that till now no official recordings of the pilot voice recorder or any other data from flight data recorder has been revealed out. So, as an expert, we cannot rely on any other sources which are running in the social media. Today, I was surprised to listen one audio. It was posted by one pilot only that he has taken out some clip of the cockpit voice recording, and in that it was clear that co-pilot, that was his view, that was the view of the person posting on the YouTube and Facebook, that was his view, that co-pilot is telling that there is a hydraulic pressure loss. Though how you can identify that this voice is of co-pilot until unless the clear cut voice and the complete voice recording is not revealed out. So I just discard this theory, but I will keep on talking and I will keep on making you people aware about different facts and aspects of this Air India crash, also the aviation technologies also, so that all of you and the general public is having the basic awareness about these things. Until unless you do not have the basic concept about the aviation or about the jet engine, so whatever information you are getting on the social media and also in the mainstream media, you will not be able to understand. Since first day itself, you all are aware that many theories started coming after viewing the crash video which was shooted by one teenager, and it was just posted in the social media and it was viral. In that video, the landing gear was kept extended till the aircraft crashed and it was clear cut having visibility. But later on, one clear video, the source is still unknown, who is making the such video and who was shooting on that time, how he was just shooting. Let us accept that this was just a chance. By interest, people will keep on taking videos and recordings and photographs of such aeroplanes and all. So I accept in as a prima facie that it was just by interest only. So in that clear video, two main things came out which are very crucial and very essential. In that video, as per my opinion, I may be wrong, but generally, until unless I do not get confirmed clues, I do not talk on the social media. Other than when I am not confirmed, I will not talk on the social media. So, one thing I could see, that landing gear was tried to be retracted, but it was not retracted because once the landing gear, all of you know that that this big aeroplane is having sets of wheels. It is not having single wheel on either side. This is having sets of wheel. Two, three, four wheels make one set, and that is called the complete set is called the bogie, and it is just hanged on the landing extended rod. So that mechanism is very complex. It is not so simple that this landing gear is retracted, this landing gear is extended. It is not like this. If this is the jack of the landing gear, here the your wheel arrangement, that bogie arrangement is there. While getting retracted inside the landing gear bay means that position, that cave, that location, that cavity, that specified place where this landing gear go and get locked. After that, the panel which is externally opened, it will get closed and it will make a flush of that aircraft. What I want to say, you can understand from here. If this is the aircraft, you just accept this landing gear is retracted in this. But once landing gear is extended, after getting extended, this landing gear is get locked also, because if it is not locked and it is landing on the runway, so it will collapse. The landing gear or wheel will be collapsed inside, and the whole aeroplane, that fuselage, the center body, it will just crash on the runway. It will just drag on the runway. So the landing gear arrangement is having a very complex arrangement, having many type of landing gear. Another jack is pulling again inside, then another jack is getting locked, then another jack is getting this D door or drive or panel or external panel, whatever you say, it is getting closed. So many jack mechanism are there, and generally in almost all aircrafts, this all the landing gear extension and landing gear retraction, that means closing and opening both, either of the landing gear bay, either of the landing gear door, either of the whole landing gear, these all are operated by the hydraulic pressure. In the first video itself, I told you what is hydraulic pressure. Fluid under the pressure, it is a hydraulic pressure. Once you pressurize the fluid in a very heavy pressure and you release it in a pipe, what will happen? It will create a pressure in that pipe. And if you connect one piston, if you connect one mechanical thing in the end of that hydraulic fluid, what will happen? Due to that pressure, this piston will also move. Once you retract this fluid, what will happen? The return line will again create a pressure, and again that rod will move wards. So this is the basic concept. If consider this is a piston and this is fixed inside a tube or in a pipeline or in a vessel by certain means. If I create the fluid pressure at this end, this will push to the piston this side. Again, if I create pressure at this end, this will move the piston this side. This is the basic concept in the hydraulic mechanism. And this hydraulic pressure does the same thing in this landing gear arrangement. So the first concept, that why the landing gear was not retracted, it gave one signal in that video that pilot has tried to put the landing gear up, but it was not retracted fully due to the low hydraulic pressure. Another support to this statement was taken from that audio where the abnormal sound of the both the jet engine was noticed in the first video itself. And I noticed this abnormal sound when one US pilot made one video on the YouTube. I am not remembering the name. Still, he is making the continuous video. So he told that this jet sound is not normal. As all of you know that I am a jet engine specialist, and I just by listening itself the jet engine sound, I used to make difference in my fighter aircrafts, that this is a fighter aircraft and this is a trainer aircraft. So my keen observation and concept was always being appreciated by my seniors and my staff when I was in the Air Force. So when he that expressed his view in his video, it was just alarming to me. And when I repeatedly listened that sound, I also confirmed that this sound was not just the sound of turbojet engine. That video is still I am lying on my YouTube, and I made many shorts on that. That sound coming from the both the jetliners, it is somewhat mixed with the sound of some propeller rotating. I made that video in the very basic language, that pankha chalne ki awaaz. So what that means? It meant that both the jet engine were running, but the propeller was also running. And where is that propeller? That means ram air turbine was extended and it was operated and deployed. And if the pilot has tried to retract the landing gear, there was a hydraulic pressure loss. Due to that hydraulic pressure loss, RAT was deployed. Even though RAT was deployed, the hydraulic pressure built up by the ram air turbine was not sufficient to retract the landing gear. So landing gear was not retracted. This may be one theory. Now, I want to discuss one more theory. The first day, many of the specialists and many of the aviation experts, they started telling that there was some mismatch in the flap position. Before going into its decision making, whether flap was retracted or extended, I would like to express and I would like to demonstrate with this example what is the flap in the aircraft and what exactly it does. My dear friends, I told in my earlier video also, for flying the aircraft, there are four forces acting upon this. One is lift, which just puts the aircraft, forces the aircraft, lifts the aircraft, throws the aircraft upwards. Second is weight. Due to the weight of this aircraft, including its passengers and its luggage and all, this aircraft will try to get down. But what the force will counteract to that one? That is its lift. And there is thrust. For moving this object in the forward direction, this needs the thrust, and that thrust is created by its jet. According to Newton's third law, once the jet throws its hot and burnt air high pressurized gases to the rear side, as a reaction, the aircraft gets thrust towards front side. But once the aircraft is moving forward, it is being challenged by the air coming, which is creating the drag to this aircraft. To minimize this drag, so minimum force, minimum drag is created, because once you are flying in the air, drag will be there. You have to strike with the air. You have to fight with the air. So this machine will fight with the air, and this fight will be overcome by this thrust. But if you have lost your thrust, if you have lost your power, if you have lost your engine is flamed out, what will happen? There is no thrust to move forward. But here I am going to talk about the concept of this flap. In this aero model, you can see this cut portion on the rear side of the wing. This indicates the flap. In an elongated view, I would like to show you. Just consider this is the wing. This is the cut view of a wing. This is the wing of an aircraft. Just consider in a schematic way. This is the wing of the aircraft. And this is the side cut view of the aircraft. Like this, you can consider this is the cut view. In this cut view, what you can see? And one more thing I would like to emphasize. As I said you, that if the drag is more than your thrust, what will happen? The aircraft will not move forward. To minimize the drag and to create the lift, because our interest is that aircraft should be in the sky, it should be in the air, aircraft should move forward. So we have to overcome these two forces. We need the lift. We are getting the power from engine, but we need the lift, because if you are getting only power, then it will go in the forward direction. But you need many times the lift. Aircraft needs to gain the height. For getting the lift, there are many lift augmentation devices are fitted, attached, associated, designed in the aeroplane. Since these heavy airliners are heavy aircrafts are having the flap at the rear side of the wing, what does it do? So this wing, and not only this wing, the whole aircraft, it is designed in an aerofoil shape. The specific shape of the aeroplane and its components, its parts, its attachments, which are facing directly to the air, they are designed in such a specific way which is called aerofoil shape. What is aerofoil shape? Without giving the definition, I would like to show you this design. Exactly, if you consider this cut view of this design, this is the aerofoil shape. Why this aerofoil shape is made? If the wing is made in this complete straight direction, though there will be less drag, but there will not be any lift. For getting good lift, you need aerofoil shape. And what for this flap is made? See, once this aircraft is moving in the air in the forward direction, air is striking on this wing. For getting the lift, you need the pressure of the air at the bottom should be higher than the pressure of the air at the top of this aerofoil or the wing or the aircraft. For that, what we do? We do a cleverly game. We just bend this protruded portion behind this at the rear side of the flap, the wing, which is called flap. By bending this, what you are doing? You are increasing the path of the air flow which was coming at the top of the wing rather than the path of the air which was at the bottom of the wing. Because what happened? If this was the straight structure, the complete path of both the surfaces, top and bottom, might have been equal. But if I change the design of this aerofoil, what happened? The path at the top of this aerofoil shape was little bit longer than the bottom one. So to cover up the longer path, the velocity of the air which is striking to this wing just increases with respect to the air which is passing underneath this wing. As you know, due to Bernoulli's theorem, as per Bernoulli's theorem, where the velocity is high, the pressure will drop. So, due to the higher velocity of this air, here the pressure drops and here the pressure is little bit high. So, this gives lift to the wing to the towards upwards. I think this is very this might be clear to you all why this flap is being operated. For getting different amount of lift at different occasion, as you need some more amount of lift while taking off from the ground, that is while rotation of the aircraft, you need some more lift while getting total takeoff from the ground. You need some lesser lift while making a level flight. You need some other amount of lift while landing. So there is a provision that pilot can change the flap angle at different settings. In different aircraft, this flap is having two position. In some aircraft, this is having 3 position. In Boeing, it is having some 0, 5, 15, 25, 18. Like this, many positions are there. As per the requirement of the thrust and as per the weight, as per all aircraft configuration, pilot has a decision to put the flap at certain angle. And in this decision, the aircraft computer also helps out. Pilot has a complete manual. Pilot has a complete checklist that if the total all weight of the aircraft is this, he has taken this much fuel, he has for taking off he needs this much speed of the aircraft. For that, engine rpm should be this, flap setting should be this. So as per that setting only pilot tries to take off. So the theory of the flap setting, and if it was wrongly set, definitely suits. But one thing also you should note it down, that flap is also operated with the help of some hydraulic jacks, some hydraulic mechanism. If this is the flap, you want to put it down, there is a jack, it will pull it. There is a jack, it will push it. There is a jack which will rotate. So, though these modern aircraft fly on the principle of fly by wire, there is no mechanical linkage between the pilot control stick, joystick, pilot cockpit, and up to the control surface, like I am talking about the flap. There is no physical connection. In the basic aircraft or in the even in the fighters also, there is no mechanical linkage between the pilot hand movement and the control surface movement. They work on the principle of fly by a wire. That means if pilot has moved his control stick, joystick, or any movement he has made, that movement is sensed and converted into electrical signals. That electrical supply is fed to that end, and at that end there is a motor. That motor actuator will operate in that certain degree as per the movement of the pilot, and that particular jack will be operated this much or that much. But the movement of this jack is almost on the base on the dependent on the hydraulic pressure. So if the hydraulic pressure loss was there, there might be either the flap position might be wrong, or due to the loss of hydraulic pressure the flap position would have been wrong. Means the intention of the pilot was correct, the setting from the cockpit was correct, the signal, command, order, indication, instruction from the cockpit was given correct. But while actuating at the control surface end, due to the lack of the hydraulic pressure, that required movement would have not been performed at the control surfaces. So that might have been led, and that can lead to the failure of the control surfaces. So today I wanted to talk about these two theories, and I think you all might have been satisfied. Stay with me. I'll keep on talking on this matter as I get any further clue. And as an aviation expert, I am also very eager to know about these facts. For me and for everybody, the loss of the life is really, really painful. Though we do not know, we do not have any connection, but this is the humanity and this is the human heart. By seeing the death of any innocent man, any innocent baby, or that innocent doctors, we all are very shocked and in the very sorrow. In next video, I'll be talking about if any cyber hacking angle can be established in this regard. I'll be talking on the basis of some earlier incidents and accidents which has happened due to cyber attack. Though people, either they are not aware, either they are hesitating to talk about on this topic, but I do not. Vande Mataram.